Welcome to Sports Bites. With your host, Chris Joseph. Are you a sports fanatic who loves the thrill of the game and the delicious food that accompanies it?
And then they had chicken fingers, exotic chicken fingers.
Join us as we dive into the world of sports and the delectable bites that make the experience even better. Whether you're in the stadium, tailgating, or watching from the comfort of your home, get ready to satisfy your sports cravings with Chris Joseph on Sports Bites. Let's dig in.
That's right, everybody. Let's dig in. How are you tonight? It is a beautiful Tuesday night here on Sports Bites. That's right, where we bring you the best of sports and food. And the food that surrounds the games you go to, whether you're tailgating, you're cooking at home for, watch parties, anything like that, we've got you covered here on Sports Bites. Interesting show today. Breakdown, I'm kind of all over the place. It's off season of college football, waiting to hear back if I'm able to go to the SEC Media Days, which I think, will be really cool. I used to go to the Big 12 Media Days. I went for about 10 years in a row when I was doing radio out in Oklahoma. And, Media Day is always a fun time. It's one of those that, it's a car wash. It's a meet and greet. It's a chance to really, really schmooze and kind of do the whole, rubbing elbows, get, networking. That's what you want to do. You want to network and you want to get your name out there. And that's what you do at Media Day. So waiting to hear back from that. Again, part of the College Football Dogs Media Network. Love being a part of them. There are some big things coming, guys. There are some really big things that I cannot talk about yet. But when you hear what is coming from the College Football Dogs, you are going to be blown away. Because not many can get on the level of what the College Football Dogs is doing. And I'm just telling you, just stay tuned. The dogs are coming. We're coming off the porch. We're coming. But take this time, Sports Bites. I'm on all social media. I'm on, you can follow me at Sports Bites Pod 1. I'm on TikTok at Sports Bites Pod. I usually do a daily poll question. Ask you, I did one about Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, who's going to have the best career in the NFL. So you just stuff like that. YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. I do everything from cooking, instructional videos. One of my most watched videos is when I was smoking a turkey during Thanksgiving. I also have Instagram as well. But again, we're putting articles out, some really great writers coming together at the College Football Dogs. And you need to go check out the website. It's going to be shared everywhere. If you're in a lot of communities, a lot of groups, you're going to see some College Football Dog articles. I'm just telling you. We've got people cranking out articles covering EA Sports, covering, breaking news in college football. Alex Blackburn is covering the Big 12 and doing a fantastic job. We just found out he's getting credentialed to go to Vegas for the Big. How come the Big 12 media days were never in Vegas when I was there? It was always in Arlington, in Texas. And guess what? That's where SEC Media Day is. And I was upset about that because I was hoping it was going to be here in Birmingham, like it's been forever, because I live here in Birmingham. But no, it's in Dallas, trying to get that situated so maybe I can get out there, run into some of the people that I know from when I was covering Oklahoma. But I love going to media days. I'm going to talk a little bit about softball. Guys, I know some of you like softball. I used to do play-by-play for the University of Oklahoma softball team. It's a big-time thing. They're going into the super regionals right now. Going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to look at the Giants uniforms, these new 100-year throwback uniforms. Are they really worth it? Talk a little bit of NBA playoffs, kind of upset about, my Thunder. But again, it's just, man, kind of sad how it ended for the Thunder. We'll talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs. Also, I'm going to tell you why I'm pissed off at EA Sports. Everybody's all in a tizzy about the game coming out, college football. I'm going to tell you why. I'm pissed off at EA Sports. All right. And I'm also, because I always talk about food, it was unveiled that the Big 12 is going. Cody, am I going to the Met this week? I should have been out there today watching Georgia take one on the chin. Looked like a beautiful day out there, but I'm going to try to get out there this weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday. And, I've seen a lot of people, talking about, and I'm going to get into the baseball tournaments. Big 12 baseball tournaments going on. Big 10 baseball tournament looks like Noah's Ark is needed. There's rain everywhere out there, but I'm going to talk about, there's a lot of people that want the SEC baseball tournament to move away from the Hoover Met. They tried it. They took it to Nashville. It didn't work. And I've tried to tell some of my Oklahoma people that I know that are big into baseball, and when they come out to the Met next year, the Hoover Met, it's a whole different ballgame. When you pull in and you see acres of RVs, it's different. And I went to the Big 12 baseball tournament, again, covering the team, covering the Sooners. I went to the Big 12 baseball tournament probably 10 years in a row. It's got nothing on what the SEC tournament does. It's going to be good. But yeah, Georgia goes 1-Q today, but we're going to hop right in. I'm going to get talking about these Giants football uniforms. Are they fire or are they not? And is it just me, or does Daniel Jones always just look like he smoked one? He's just, glassy-eyed, getting back to the Met. Yeah, can't leave the Met. Epic parking, great tailgates, ton of stuff to do. You're right, Cody. You're right. I've tried to tell people, you got to get out there. All my Oklahoma fans, even the Texas people that I know that I can actually tolerate talking to, I tell them to come out. It's gonna change. I mean, it's gonna blow your mind what you see. That's how it should be done. I hear people say, "Why don't they take the SEC tournament to, like Atlanta or somewhere like?" You're not going to fill it up. It's not like, and again, it's a big deal, but it's not like the College World Series in Omaha, like when Oklahoma and Ole Miss played. It was 85% to 15% for the fans in favor of Ole Miss. It's different. The Met is perfect for what it does. It's kind of like in women's college softball, the College World Series is held in Oklahoma. People are pissed about that, but nobody does it better than Oklahoma for the Women's College World Series. Who else has put up the money? Who else has put up, they haven't. And they're mad because Oklahoma's won 3 in a row, going and trying to be the first team ever to win 4 in a row. But you know what? They've been playing there since the late 80s, early 90s. Oklahoma only got good in the mid 2000s. Okay, so you can miss me with all that. Now here's what I'm talking about. The New York Giants come out with this throwback 100th anniversary uniform. Now I'm really interested to get. I'm going to try to get it back on, but Tom Helmer. He is the play-by-play voice for Eastern Michigan. He used to do play-by-play for the Boston Red Sox. He used to do play-by-play for the Colorado Rockies. I've had him on the show before. I want to get him back on. So if you've not seen him on TikTok, he's a follow you need, especially if you're a football geek and you love all, helmets and all that. Go check him out. He breaks down, dives into these, the history of the helmets. And what was great is they actually had color photos of these winged helmets in leather that they wore, right? And so I get, and Andrew, but I appreciate it, buddy. Welcome into the show. Andrew says loves them. The only thing I don't like, Andrew, I don't like the pants. And I don't know what you do different. I mean, I know you're trying to pay homage to 100 years ago, but again, I don't know. It's hard. I love the wing helmet look. That's why you remember a couple weeks ago when I had the show talking about best college uniforms. I had Michigan up there. I think I had number one. The winged helmet to me is it's one of my favorite looks out there. And it's always interesting to see other teams that do it in different color schemes, right? Make the pants blue and red is what Andrew said. You know what? I like that. Now I'm going to tell you something. So what they could do, now it would be kind of crazy, right? What they could do is they could, they could do kind of like there was a school back in Oklahoma, and I know a school back in Oklahoma. James Thrash went there. There's been some great football players from Lawton High, right? The Wolverines. Now they were red, black, and white. They had red helmets with the black wing look. Their pants for a while were red on the front and white on the back. And I thought, man, I thought that was really cool looking because they're always saying you never want to see the white. If you saw the white, you were done. So Andrew saying make the pants blue and red. I dig it. Make the front like blue and the back red. I mean, heels to the field, you got to go, right? You got to go. But for me, the brown tan, like the Jim Harbaugh khaki looking pants, just don't do it for me. Vandy Chris. What up, Vandy? Hey, congrats to your boys. Vanderbilt with a first-round victory over the Florida Gators in the SEC baseball tournament. Good win for Vanderbilt. I saw some predictions from D1 Baseball that have Vanderbilt as a 2 seed in Norman, Oklahoma, which I think that would be interesting. But the one I've seen mainly for Oklahoma, and I'll get into it, but is like Nebraska, DBU, and Dallas Baptist is going to be a hard out when it comes into, the tournament. They're a gritty team, right? But yeah, I don't like these uniforms. I don't like the pants. I dig the throwback look. It reminds me of like the Packers do something similar with the pants like that. I just, I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, of course, I'm a fan of a team that really doesn't have a look. So what can I say? But on to college softball. And I tell people all the time, give it a chance. If you have girls that play softball, you got to go out to Oklahoma City. It is one of the greatest sporting events that I've ever covered. And he said these are an abomination. They look very European soccer-ish. Hey, don't make fun of European soccer, all right? Football, because I'm a fan, and I'll tell you this, I am going to London in August, taking my wife to London in August for our anniversary, and we're going to be there when the Premier League starts their season. I don't know where. The schedule doesn't come out till June, but we're going to go to a Premier League. I'm actually trying to go to Wrexham, hopefully to see Ryan Reynolds and them up there for Wrexham. We started watching the show on Hulu. Really like what Wrexham has done, how they keep advancing. They keep getting promoted. It's something I think college football should do is relegation, like European soccer. Sorry, Chris, but teams like Vandy, I know. He said the selection committee nailed the softball tournament this year. Of the top 16 seeds, 14 of them made it to the super regionals. That's a good point. That's a really good point. And what I was going to bring up is the looking at the regionals, right? So we're going to look at the regionals over here. And so I like this. Texas, the number 1 seed, and I'm okay with it. You got to square off in Austin against the Giga Whoops. Never trust a team that has no female cheerleaders. Sorry. Could be an interesting series. I think Texas, a really good softball team. I think they punched their ticket to the Women's College World Series. Stanford, candidate, one of the best pitchers out there. She broke onto the scene last year as a freshman at the College World Series. Really difficult to hit, power pitcher. But LSU, extremely tough, right? Extremely tough for LSU. And, man, I just, that one would be a lot of fun to watch. Now, this one, Stillwater, I'll say that Kenny Gajewski, who's the head coach for Oklahoma State. He played baseball at Oklahoma back in the 90s in 1994 when Oklahoma beat Georgia Tech for the national championship. He was at Tim Howard. He was an assistant for Tim Howard, right? And Tim Howard was a baseball player at Oklahoma as well. So Kenny Gajewski, and we know the whole thing with Kelly Maxwell, the All-American. She left, and she came to Oklahoma. Arizona, one of the stalwarts in college softball. I mean, they're legendary. You got the Florida Gators. I hope the Florida Gators make it to Oklahoma City because White Chocolate would be there. Jay Will, his daughter plays for him. His daughter plays, and he's in the stands watching. I really, really love seeing like him there supporting his daughter, right? I love it. And I think that the big time thing is he's there. But they're playing the Baylor Bears. Again, a Big 12, they're good, but I think Florida wins that game. You go back up to the top. This one's going to be ugly. Tennessee and Alabama, right? Tennessee, Alabama. Tennessee, very, very good. Alabama, very, very good. Where's it going to come down to, right? You don't have Fouts in the circle anymore for Alabama. Tennessee was really good. I like Tennessee in that one. I don't think Alabama has offensive power to keep up. UCLA and Georgia, Georgia plays really well. And I like them over UCLA. There's so many tie-ins. I think Justin Fields' sister still plays at Georgia. Lawyer Malloy's daughter plays at Tennessee. Tom Brady's niece plays at UCLA. So that's going to be a really good series out in Los Angeles. I like the Georgia Bulldogs to upset the UCLA Bruins and make it to the College World Series. Missouri and Duke, Missouri had a hard time with Omaha. Omaha played really well, had them on the ropes, had to force a, if necessary game. Missouri and Duke. Duke is a fantastic team, have great pitching, great hitting. And then you got Oklahoma and Florida State. This is a rematch of the College World Series. These two have known each other for a long, long time. It was kind of hard in that Norman Regional with Oregon being there when Missy Lombardi, she was the associate head coach for Petty Gasso for so long. And getting to come to Love's Field, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I say really just pay attention because it's going to do it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, right? Now, talking about softball, talking a little Thunder, talking a little NBA playoffs, okay? Now, playoffs, let's see. Some of these old school women's coverage like Florida. Now, I wouldn't say Florida's old school. Arizona, UCLA, you got UCLA twice, buddy. Added with Oklahoma, make this a really intriguing super regional weekend. It is a very intriguing super regional. I got Georgia advancing over UCLA. I like it. I like Georgia over UCLA. On to the NBA playoffs. And this year I was excited about the Thunder. Again, getting to cover a team. I was there in 2012 for the NBA championship when they played Miami and saw it kind of fall apart Harden left, KD left, and you wonder what GM Sam Presti was going to do. He just reloaded. They had the youngest team in the NBA this year with the number 1 seed. Now, they got knocked off by a very veteran Dallas Mavericks team. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and it was a great series. I enjoyed it. Even though Oklahoma City lost, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great series. I thought it was a lot of fun. Shows what Oklahoma City had. They're not done. They still have more draft picks. They still have more room to go, cap room and everything. So I think it's going to be amazing to watch what this team does. I will tell you one thing that the NBA is pissed about. The NBA is pissed that the Pacers beat the Knicks. Because if they could have had the Celtics Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, you want to talk about blowing the market up again. Knicks hadn't been good in so long. But that was a series. That was a lot of fun to watch if you like playoff basketball. Indiana going against New York, great series. You got the Celtics. They're going to take on the Celtics are going to take on the Pacers now. Vanderbilt is guaranteed to have a player in the NBA Finals. Former Commodores play for Boston and Indiana. Yeah. And you got to take it where you can get it, right? On the other side, the Dallas Mavericks will take on a team that I'm going to tell you what. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards. That dude, it's him. He's him. That's all I can say. He is on a different level. Now, the Jokic, I thought Jokic played really well. Again, another great series. This NBA playoffs has been a lot of fun after the first round. These second round matchups were awesome to watch. I loved it. I loved it. Dude from the Knicks should have never chirped at Reggie Miller that series. Well, you saw the guys from Indiana wearing the Reggie Miller choke, shirt in the press conference. But yeah, you don't mess with winning time, man. That 30 for 30, everybody watched winning time. You know what it was about. You love that, right? So the playoff, the conference finals are set. The Mavericks versus the Timberwolves. Then you got the Celtics versus the Pacers. I had the Celtics making it to the NBA Finals from the get-go. I took the Thunder to make it. I was wrong. Right, I would take Minnesota. I think Minnesota is a team that makes it to the NBA Finals out of the Western Conference. And right now, the way they're playing, I might lean towards Minnesota. Yo. What's up, George? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you on, man. Hope you're having a good night. I know you've been taking care of, a lot of meetings and getting all that stuff done, but we appreciate it. We appreciate it. So now I want to talk a little bit about EA Sports. Now, everyone was excited, right? Everyone was excited when we got this. It looks beautiful. Goosebumps. They stole that sign from Oklahoma, play like a champion. That started at Oklahoma, Notre Dame. That's why nobody likes you.
Finally, it is here.
Yes.
You can take
finally
just
it is here.
And throw it out.
Like we have been waiting.
The eyes of the nation are on
now you can follow college football dogs
players live for.
Because a lot of great articles about the EA college football game on collegefootballdogs.com. Look at that 12 man, been there, crazy place to be for a game. I'd love to go to Camp Randall, but you're watching all this, right? And you're getting pumped. You're like, this is it. I've waited 10 long years. And it's so great. Some of the clips are kind of madness. You see that. Including the Hawkeye wave to the kids' hospital. Little toe drags. The belt, see, little slip. Hits the brakes on them. Celebrations. Why did they do the Mill Road like this? Why did Mill Road get big like that so bad? But the game looks beautiful. I just like, yeah. I'm sitting here watching this, hearing everything that's going. Yeah. So you hear everything about the game, right? And like I said, I played it every year. When I loved it. It was sad. And I say, that's the Ed O'Bannon, because it was Ed O'Bannon and his lawsuit that caused the A to go away. Now, I say that, and now you've got NIL and everything. But why am I pissed off at EA Sports? So here I am. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 47 years old. But I'm in that age to where video games were really becoming popular when I was a kid, right? I had an Atari. I had an Intellivision. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a regular Nintendo, like everything coming up. College football game came out because I remember I had a notebook that I would write like notes in, like, oh, we could have a college football game, and it'd be cool if you could play the fight song. It'd be cool, way before. So then it comes out, and it's amazing. Stuff gets better graphics, everything. So the trailer comes out, and I am absolutely salivating. Can't wait. I've already told my wife, look, hey, in July, I'm spending $100. I'm buying a game. And get ready because, get stream content, have tournaments, play back and forth. We're going to have a good time on College Football 25. I'm excited. Then some of the stuff starts coming out. And you see it's supposed to play faster than men. A lot more equipment. You see the different style of helmets. You see the regular pants above the knees, like all that. Like and you saw Quinn Ewer's name on the back, right? And I've seen the Twitter going around is these kids they don't know how big that is to see the names on the jerseys. I remember going through and trying to, download, put the names in, but I'm dying for this game. And then they drop the hammer. And this is what makes me extremely pissed off at EA Sports. You can play the game if you have a PlayStation. You can play the game if you have an Xbox Series, the new series. Fuck you if you got a PC. You don't get to play. What? I had to read it and hear it again. You don't get to play the game on PC. I don't understand a game that people have been clamoring for a decade. And look, I know people like Grand Theft Auto, GTA 6 come. This game right here, people have held on to that NCAA 2014 like it was an heirloom passed down for generations. But to leave a large fan base, to leave a large group of content creators, streamers, and players out, shame on you, EA Sports. And everyone's like, oh, it's going to find its way back in. They're going to, but no, I want to be able to play it early. Like if I got the deluxe edition, I want to play 3 days early on the 16th. Now, I say that if I'm able to go to the SEC Media Days, I'm going to be in Arlington at that time. But, hey, I'm just going to say now, what made me the most upset is when I was talking to my wife about getting into this whole, doing a podcast, getting into, streaming it, doing everything like that, I had an Xbox Series X. And I got rid of it because I wanted to use that money to help get better equipment for the streaming and all that. So I got rid of my Xbox. I sold it. Now, the one game that I've been looking forward to, you can't play it because they're not putting it on PC. What are your thoughts, guys? If you're a PC gamer out there, what are you going to do? Are you going to go buy, or do you have another console? I guess I need to scour Facebook to see if I got a crackhead out there selling one for $200 just trying to flip some money real quick, because I'm going to play the game. I can't not play the game. But I'm pissed that you're leaving the PC players out of it. And I know some people, PC players are, egotistical and this and that. How dare you? You have left out an entire quadrant of football fans, gamers, streamers, content creators. And I know there's people that stream off their Xbox and people that stream off their PlayStation. I mean, the technology is there, but everybody plays on PC. That's why I can't believe that EA Sports did that. It makes me sad. Does it? It makes me really sad to think about, that's what they decided to do. Talk a little bit of college baseball. The baseball tournaments are starting. The two biggest ones, really. I mean, the SEC and the Big 12, probably some of the best teams out there. And you see day one happen today. LSU, I know Cody Slavinsky was probably out there cheering on his Bayou Bengals. And they took out Georgia with an upset. 9-1. They were all over Georgia. Knock them out. See you. Bye. South Carolina. I remember watching them with Jackie Bradley and them back in the 2010 College World Series. They knock off Alabama. Bama one and done. See you. Bye-bye. Next up for the Gamecocks. I know Georgia's happy. Whoa, pig suey. Wonder who they're going to throw in that game. Then you got a heated matchup. Ooh, this one's a little spicy, guys. A little spicy. Vanderbilt and Tennessee after Vanderbilt knocks off the Florida Gators. You know that rivalry right there. They would love to. They would love to play. Then you got, that game's all Mississippi State and Mississippi, they're playing. And, buddy, that's a heated rivalry. The Egg Bowl of baseball. Now, the Big 12 tournament, right? I love the Big 12 tournament. And you see Kansas State, Pete Hughes and the boys with a victory over Kansas. So now they will get Oklahoma, the number one seed, who, again, Oklahoma won. Is it Beebe or Bybee starting for Arkansas tomorrow? George, a big Arkansas fan. He's going to keep us up to date. I like that. You save your ace. You don't throw him out there. But Pete Hughes gets to see Oklahoma's former team. Now, as Oklahoma's getting ready to head to the SEC, I love that they won their first ever Big 12 Conference Championship outright. They swept 6 series the entire season. Now, their pitching is not that good. I don't expect a long run into the tournament because now they can score. John Spikerman, Pettits, Willits, there's some guys that could play. They just don't have the pitching to really make a deep run. Maybe they can surprise you. Maybe they can out-hit some people. But that good for Pete Hughes. You get a face your team. TCU knocks off West Virginia. Randy Mazey, he's going to step away from coaching the Mountaineers, one of the most beautiful baseball parks. To me, I think Appalachian State's probably the most beautiful. BYU, really close with the mountains in the back. But I'm going to tell you, West Virginia is beautiful. So tomorrow you got Cincinnati, Central Florida, Texas Tech, Texas. They'll all get on. They're playing tonight, so we'll keep you up to date with that. Now, the thing I wanted to get into, so I always talk about food, right? I always talk about food. And now the Big 12 tournament, it's here. And it's in Texas, where the Rangers play. It's as they moved it used to be in Oklahoma City at the Bricktown Ballpark, right? And they moved it to Texas. Now, that this is a show where we talk a lot about sports and we talk a lot about food, okay? And I had to dive into this because I was excited to see where I saw a clip that said Big 12 names hot dogs for their teams. And, I get into stadium reviews and all that. I've been to not the new Rangers ballpark, but the old ballpark in Arlington. They used to have the Beltray bat and, they all kinds of just huge food. Everything was massive. But now you look at what they're doing now. And what they've done is name in top hot dogs to the different teams. Now, I love the Jayhawks uniform, kind of a throwback to the Montreal Expos. Good look. But look at it. The TCU Horned Frog Dog. Texas Chili Company put this all together, right? So this is topped with taco meat, shredded cheese, onion, jalapeno, purple cabbage, and some salsa verde. It's a little much. It's a little much. I mean, taco. I just had tacos tonight. It's Taco Tuesday. Gotta have, but taco meat on my hot dog. The Jayhawk dog. So what they did for Kansas, they have creamy, cheesy corn and pulled pork on a hot dog with a barbecue sauce. Okay, I mean, little corn niblets. I don't know. I don't think I'm trying to think why you thought this was okay. Why this was a Kansas thing. I don't know. Maybe somebody from Kansas can explain to me. Corn is the best. I got the juice. Thanks. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head, Andrew. Appreciate that. I love corn. Next up, West Virginia, the Mountaineer dog. And it's not even, and I'm going to tell you this, I've got family in West Virginia. I spent a lot of summers in West Virginia. I've hunted up there, I fished up there. Coal miners, railroad workers, they're not eating a hot dog in a fucking croissant, okay? I'm just telling you. So this is a croissant stuffed hot dog with melted cheese. No West Virginia person is going to make a hot dog in a croissant. They're not going to come up and say, croissant. It's not going to happen. This one missed for me. The UCF Knights. Now, this one, kind of, I guess, an homage to the Cuban. It's got sliced ham, pulled pork. You see the pickles on there with some Swiss cheese. So, I mean, again, you're doing too much. You're trying. It's almost like in Omaha, for those that are college baseball fans, the bar that always keep track of what team is buying the most shots. If you're trying to see UCF, you're not going to be there long enough anyway. Nobody's going to buy that damn hot dog. Now, the Pistol Pete dog. And I know I'm an Oklahoma person, and I take shots at Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete. Pew, pew. If you don't hold them at the right angle, they get so mad. So mad. But this hot dog starts with a layer of cream cheese on the bun. Chili, cheese, and crumbled up Lay's potato chips. How this represents Oklahoma State, I don't know. I'm at a loss. Now, they really did Oklahoma wrong on this. That hot dog looks absolutely disgusting. Okay? This hot dog right here. Why are the onions so damn big? Now, I like, chili and onions, some diced up, like a fine diced white onion, raw. I don't like it. I like the raw, the snap, the bite to it. But it looks like, and it kicks off into this, the whole, is a hot dog a sandwich or not? This looks like a damn sandwich. That's American cheese, sliced cheese. Who puts sliced cheese on a hot dog? And why are the onions so big? I don't get it. They did Oklahoma wrong on the way out. They're like, Oklahoma's leaving. Here's this terrible hot dog. The Wildcat dog. Now, I love what they did there. They got some pulled pork. They got some of the onion straw, the onion straws and a spicy barbecue sauce. Good. I like pulled pork. Put on a hot dog, more pork, even better. Right? Good stuff. The Red Raider dog. This one I don't understand. I don't. It's a hot dog where they've taken a large mozzarella stick, like a big cheese mozzarella stick. They've cut it in half, and they top it with marinara. It's almost like back in the day, A&W had the the Italian dog. It was like an Italian sausage. You put some provolone, mozzarella, whatever, some marinara. You deep fried it. That was their Italian dog. But I don't get that one. The Bevo, see, and they did it for Texas too. The Big 12 and Texas Chili Company said, "F you guys for leaving the Big 12." Now Texas is a little bit different, right? Texas has a smoked jalapeno and cheddar sausage on a hoagie, a spicy barbecue sauce, brisket, and those big ass onions. I don't understand. Look, onion rings cool, but that's ridiculous. Now this one, I would probably be in on the Cincinnati dog. Okay, it's Skyline style chili. For those who've never been to Cincinnati, Skyline chili, that's one of the things everyone says, you got to go try. They put cocoa in the chili, okay? I'm going to tell you their secret. They put cocoa in the chili. Now, this is the kind of chili cheese dog that I like. Chili cheese, the diced onion on top, maybe a little, mustard, maybe even some spicy mustard. It's what I like. It's what I like. But again, that's what they've done. They've now named something, but they also have something else. And I'm going to tell you what else they have. And I had to get the list right here. But they have for Baylor, the Baylor float. Now, Waco is home to Dr. Pepper, right? Waco is home to Dr. Pepper. So the Baylor float at the baseball stadium, vanilla ice cream, Dr. Pepper. I'm in. I may hate Baylor, but I'm in. Now, Iowa State, the Cyclone Tenderloin is what they have. But Iowa State doesn't even play baseball, so why the hell do they have an item there? Right? I don't know. Just crazy. Oklahoma, they've got like a fry bread taco, and which I love. If you've never had Indian taco, you got to have an Indian taco, the fry bread and everything. But it's just college baseball. We're right there in conference. Building shit. Sorry, conference tournament play. It's a lot of fun. I don't know, how they're going to. You look at the SEC, and I'm glad that Oklahoma's coming to the SEC for. It's going to be good for them in every sport, right? I think every sport that they have, it's going to benefit Oklahoma. It's going to benefit Texas. More eyes, opportunities. So. But they better get ready. The facilities are not SEC quality. Texas is our Disch-Falk Stadium is pretty nice. Oklahoma is going to be really down there. But the SEC tournament, I can't wait to get out to the Hoover Met. I can't wait for some of these fan bases that have never been here. The Texas fan base and the Oklahoma fan base. And it leads me into talking about, more about the college football, field is, guys, you better be ready, okay? You better be ready because when you come down to these games, it's a whole different ball game. And I've said it before, when you come to Ole Miss, when you come to Oxford, and there's chandeliers and tents at the Grove, when you hear Sandstorm, Darude at South Carolina, which is, I showed my son the video the other day. He looked at me and goes, "Can we go to a game there?" Yeah. We'll probably have to go next year. Check out Oklahoma and South Carolina, especially when they play Sandstorm. It's great. But the tradition, the history, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll be intrigued to see after this, the next 2 years, how they go about the conference. I still think realignment's not done. Oh, got to focus on my camera. I still think the realignment's not done, right? I think my guess is there's going to be 4 16-team conferences. And I know they say like the super conferences, but I think because now the SEC is 16, and I think if you look at that kind of like, now I know college basketball has over 300 Division I teams, and all those guys that come in and they play, they do everything. Cool. Football's different, but I think you're going to have 4 16-team conferences. Probably keep that 12 to 16-team playoff. You win your conference, you get a bye. And this is what I love again. Talking about this and the way that the new playoff is set up at Notre Dame, a big double woo-woo to Notre Dame, is the way it's set up now, the top 4 spots are the conference champions, like the Heisman Conference champions, right? Notre Dame could be the number 1 team in the country and still end up being the 5 seed. Take that, Golden Domers. Take that. But guys, that's going to do it for me tonight, man. I appreciate everybody that hopped in. A little bit short, started a new job working, trying to get some stuff together. I've got some people in the work to get on. My former co-host, the Butkus Award winner, All-American linebacker Teddy Lehman. I'm going to get him on and, talk about winning the Butkus Award. Of course, he was in that play against Texas, the Superman play. Roy Williams jumped over, hit Chris Sims. Teddy was one that caught it for the interception and the touchdown. But I'm working on getting him on. There's some guys that are connected to specifically the SEC. Being here that I'm in SEC country, I'm going to start covering SEC. And I'm going to start branching out, and I'm going to start introducing you guys to some of the Dog Network, man. We got some great people. And I tell people all the time, if you're looking for, a podcast that suits you, come to the Dog Network. If you're a Big Ten fan, we got the Big Ten backers. The Golden Boot does a really good job, talking about the SEC, right? So do I. You got, the new guys, Rock Hard Football from Nebraska, great young guys. You should check their show out. Really quality stuff. You need to kind of, pay attention to them. It could be an interesting year for Nebraska. Dylan Raiola out there. Can Nebraska turn it around and be what we thought? Everyone's thinking Oklahoma's going to go down the road to Nebraska when Nebraska went to Big Ten. Because remember, Oklahoma beat Nebraska on the way out when they were heading to the Big Ten in that Big 12 championship game. Landry Jones, all those guys. But I'm just, if you have a podcast, if you have a niche, if you like the Raiders, we got you covered. You like the Patriots, we got you covered. Football frame of mind, there's so many. The college sports villains, entertaining. Follow them on social media. They're very active on social media. The college villains, watch them. They're a lot of fun. Now they get me a few times. Some of their poll questions they put on there, like most annoying fan bases, they put Oklahoma on there. I'm like, whoa, guys. Whoa. There's a lot worse. Oklahoma State and those stupid paddles that are banging them on the wall. That's more annoying. Now, I admit Boomer Sooner is annoying as hell because they play it. Oh, look, first down, Boomer Sooner. They may attack Boomer Sooner. I get it. Boomer Sooner and Rocky Top, 2 most annoying songs in all of college football. But I can't wait to hear it in August. Can't wait to hear it in September. I've already got tickets to Auburn, Oklahoma. Did take my kid to his first Oklahoma game. Really excited about that. But again, I want to say thank you to everybody at the College Football Dog Media Network, giving me a platform, giving me an opportunity to continue to chase after a dream, to continue to live this passion that I have to talk about football, talk about sports, to interact with guests, to talk about food. And so they've given me this platform, and I'm grateful because I love this. I love talking to people. My wife's like, you've never met a stranger. I love talking to people. And I love talking sports. I like talking food. It's where you talk about tailgates and what are you going to do? I love that the Big 12 did the hot dogs. It reminded me of talking to the horsemen out here for the Birmingham Stallions. They cater their tailgate according to the team they're playing. Like they played the St. Louis Battlehawks last week. They had St. Louis style baby back ribs. It's cool. But this is something that I love. This is something that I take serious. I try to deliver the best information. I try to deliver some really good guests. And like I said, I've got some on the way. I'm going to get Tom Helmer on again to talk, about some of the new helmets, the new uniforms in the NFL. He's doing a collaboration with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I saw the other day he was down in Tampa Bay doing some stuff with them, but if you are a football geek and you like helmets and classic stuff like that, go check out Hooked on Helmets. He's really, really good. I'm going to get Tom Helmer on. Very knowledgeable sports guy. Like I say, does the play-by-play for Eastern Michigan. Get Tom Helmer on. I'm going to get the Butkus All-American linebacker from Oklahoma. Teddy Lehman's going to come on. And I've got irons out there everywhere. Trying to get Kirk Bowles from the Austin American Statesman, one of the guys who's covered Texas for a long time. Or if there's anybody you want me to try to get on, leave me a message. Again, follow me on all the socials, right? At Sports Bites Pod 1 on X. On TikTok, at Sports Bites Pod. YouTube, go to the channel, like it, subscribe. At Sports Bites Podcast. On Instagram, Sports Bites Podcast. I'm going to get more stuff out there, more content. And I really, fingers crossed, that I get accepted to go to the SEC tournament or the SEC BD Day. Because there's going to be a lot of content. I've got this little DJI pocket camera with the little mic. It's going to be great for content. I can't wait. I hope. I've already found a little Airbnb. I'm going to crash it. I know my way around. And the good thing about going to Arlington, I tell you, if I get to go, again, it's the food. Some of the stuff that I miss out here in the South that I can't get here, but I can get in that area. Brahms ice cream, number one. Got to get some Brahms. Their burger is the best fast food burger in all of America. Sorry. The 3rd-pound bacon cheeseburger, slap your mama good. Taco Bueno. Not Taco Bell, it's Taco Bueno. Got to get some Taco Bueno. So, and I might go to In-N-Out. I like In-N-Out burger. Brahms is the key for me, though. Got to get some Brahms out there. But again, guys, if you're looking for great articles, you're looking for information during the non-season time, during downtime, if you're not a college baseball fan, if you're not an NBA fan, and you're looking to keep that thirst of college football going, come over to collegefootballdogs.com. Look at the content that we have. Okay? From podcasts to articles, we've got some great writers that are writing incredible stories, putting their heart and soul in these stories, and they're good. If you want to keep in touch with college football during the offseason, this is where you need to be, guys. This is where you need to be. But again, thank you everybody that came on, the guys that commented. I appreciate you so much. I love interacting with guests. That's what made my radio show so much fun. It was predominantly caller driven, and I had some stuff that I always talk about, but I wanted to make sure the caller's voice were heard, because if it wasn't for the callers, the listeners, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. So again, I thank everybody that took the time out to watch, to participate, to hang out, to make a comment. You guys mean the world to me, and when we're growing, like I said, y'all better be on the lookout, because College Football Dogs is about to blow up. Like I said, there's some news I can't talk about, but when it comes out, I can't wait for my friends and parents to find out when it comes out, because it's that big. It's that big. It's unprecedented for a company this young to be where we are right now. And like I said, this year is going to be so much fun. We're going to have people at games. There's just a lot in store for this college football season. So jump on board early. Don't be one of the late ones. Be like, oh, no. Hop on board now. Follow the College Football Dogs. Get in there, read the articles, comment. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's have a good time. But again, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. For the people out in Iowa, I know they got hit with the tornado today. Thoughts and prayers out to you guys, man. I hope everyone's okay. I know it's not fun. I see a lot of memories on my Facebook page now of so the big one that hit May 20th, that happened during the baseball tournament. And I remember having to go on the air the next day, and everything seemed really pale in comparison to talking about sports, because so many people had lost their life in that May 20th tornado in Oklahoma. But again, I'll always tip of the hat to Randy Macy and the West Virginia Mountaineers, who were in town for the Big 12 baseball tournament and hopped to action and went to Walmart, bought a bunch of water and clothes and stuff like that, and brought it to some of the neighborhoods that were impacted greatly. So ugly day out there. But again, for those in Iowa, hope you're okay. Everybody stay weather aware. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up. Cook something good. Enjoy time with friends. Enjoy time with family. And remember to always positively move forward, guys. I say thank you. And if Any of y'all have a problem with me talking about Oklahoma?
So shut up, bitch.
That's right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week here on Sports Bites.
Thanks for joining us on this delicious journey through the world of sports and food on Sports Bites with your host, Chris Joseph. We hope you've enjoyed the game day stories and culinary adventures. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you've got any mouth-watering sports-related tales or favorite game day recipes, share them with us on social media. Until next time, remember, it's not just about the game. It's about the bites that make it unforgettable. Stay hungry for more Sports Bites.